Yeah, hey, drop. Yeah, hey, drop. Yeah, hey, drop.
Every player on the ice has a 10-minute misconduct, among other penalties.
I have never.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 10 Minute Misconduct. This is going to be a more laid back kind of pregame, kind of kick it with us before puck drop on our first playoff games that start tonight. So I got my besties with me, Aaron and Sam. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well.
Doing great.
I see David in the chat. Hey, buddy. All right, so let's get started. Sam's got some awesome numbers and some data, and hopefully everybody that's watching likes the format and the way that he talks about it. And Miss Erin, I think, is going to talk a little bit about the Continental Division and the Empire Division, actually. And you guys, if you want, ask us some questions in the chat. It's going to be kind of laid back, and we might talk about our playoff predictions, and there's a few teams that have some rumors going around that we might kind of chat about. So who wants to start us off?
So many ways to go.
I know, so many ways to go.
Well, I say for now, let's go ahead and kind of start talking about the two playoff games. Number one
for tonight
on a Wednesday.
Yeah. I mean, with travel, I get it, right? Like, I understand why we're starting on a Wednesday. Like, Binghamton had to go all the way to Kansas, but Wednesday games are weird. I'm not used to this.
And I'm wondering if it's because they want like the two potential home games to be, sellouts, just in case.
See, I'm definitely just not a fan in general of weekday games. That they're so hard for a lot of people, depending on the time of the year. If you can work it around a spring break, you're going to see a lot more like during the week. But the thing is not every place has the same spring break time period. So the sales may not equal as much and stuff. But
I'm pretty sure, at least for this set of games, that the Thursday game is because of like the travel. So, like for the Binghamton Topeka game, our guys left on, I can't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday. was probably Tuesday. Some of them flew, some of them bust down or across wherever, geographically not smart here. Sorry, guys. But travel wise, in order to be able to travel from Kansas to Binghamton for both teams, after today's game, you need that day between if you want an actual real playoff game for the second game, regardless of what happens in the first game. You want to actually be able to have a real playoff game for that second game that could be a deciding game. You need a day between travel, and just the amount of travel that's going into it, I think, is the main focus, but I could be wrong.
No, that 100% makes sense to me, and I do agree. I mean, unfortunately, not a lot of the teams may have the money nor the support to be able to, hey, get on a plane so much quicker, so much faster. But that's a distance. The one that I'm kind of scratching my head a little bit about, unless they just wanted to try to keep it uniform, is the Port Huron to Bobcats. I don't think the distance is nearly as far.
It's not. I mean, it's far. It's far enough. It's not a great distance. Hold on. I'm going to look it up how far it is.
Because you start talking bus legs. Ugh.
Right.
Ugh.
And what's not taken into account is the higher seeded team has to travel twice, there and back, where the lower seeded team just has to go there, because if they go home, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, that travel back is not going to be a factor into the games they've already played. So I do feel like there's a little bit of a disadvantage there, but I get why they do it. So the higher seed can have home ice advantage up to twice. So, you know, while Aaron's looking that up, we have a question in the chat. Does Sam go to the River Dragons games? Yes, he does. And he won Best Beard this past weekend. So if you guys haven't seen that, I should have added the clip. But yeah, Sam, how was that moment, being named Best Beard in Columbus?
It was just for the week. I still want to have a battle of the beards with one of my really good buddies, one of our really good buddies, John Bookout. He's got a pretty glorious beard, and I think that would give a lot of people, ooh, they're both good. What do we do?
Yeah, that would be like the ultimate.
Do like a beard playoff bracket. That's what we need to do. Like, everybody sign up or whatever if you want to partake, and just, hey, these games for the playoff bracket. So that
would actually be really fun. We could probably make that happen.
Well, we were talking about doing it with mustaches. So we should do like one week we'll do mustaches, the next week we can do beards. There's some good beards and some good mustaches in the Fed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, it was pretty good. And the gentleman I actually went against, him and we actually talked for a little bit. That was like the longest 44 seconds before we did the beard competition that I was standing for, because it was just like stoppage, like every 2-3 seconds. Like, oh my gosh. But the gentleman is actually from Pennsylvania. And we were kind of chatting and stuff, and he brought up the Hershey, Pennsylvania, the teddy bear toss they do up there. And
it's famous.
To quite a few of them and stuff, and he's like, dude, it's like a 2-hour delay in the games.
If I'm not mistaken, we're talking 5 figures worth of stuffies.
Yes.
Like, I want to say almost 100,000. Like, it's really, I don't remember their numbers from this year, but I swear it was like in the upper 90s.
I think this year they broke over 100.
Oh, did they? That's awesome. I love to hear that.
Gosh, and it's just so crazy to see, because people will throw theirs at the lower level and then just turn around and just catch, toss, like all the way down.
Hit.
Stuff. And he did say, like, if you don't pay attention to what's coming behind you, you're going to get hit with like one of those ginormous ones that are hefty that will knock you down.
Just slam you into the glass. That'd be my luck. I'm just buried underneath and can't get out.
How-
81,796 this year.
That's
Mm.
Teddy
incredible.
bears. 80,000 teddy bears.
Oh, this year?
They had they had sometimes if you wait too long in Binghamton, you'll run out of some stuffies to buy and like some places will get a little bit sparse. It's big, but not that big. I can't imagine like last minute I'm going to the Hershey Bears teddy bear toss game. Where do I find a teddy bear? You're gonna have to like travel 4 states away to find a teddy bear because that's got to be every teddy bear in Hershey and more away.
At least the entire county sold out of teddy bears for a few days.
God, they
Yeah.
had to.
But it was actually kind of interesting though, kind of talking with him about it, and he said that there was one game where they were shut out 5-0. There were 10 seconds left in the game, and everybody just said screw it and just started throwing the teddy bears. So they actually had to stop the game, had a 2-hour delay, brought the players back on to finish the final 10 seconds. So how
We
was
have
that? Oh, no.
We have a great question in the chat from David. He asked, curious what Sam and any of you think about the Giuseppe at Columbus, and will he actually sign? So I'll start. Well, he did sign, and we did move a player to the practice roster, a player we've had all season. So I think he's going to report because I don't think we would be shifting players unless he was already there. So what do you guys think?
I think that I don't think he'll give up playing. I think it would be most likely that we see him report, but I'm very excited to see how long he stays.
Yeah. I'll have to look up his EP
Good luck,
because
Columbus.
I do believe he's been on a handful of teams throughout the league. I want to say 4 or 5.
I don't remember
Hold on,
exactly.
we'll research.
There we go.
You guys are in real time with us.
Yeah, that's actually a cool feature. I like when we can do that.
I
When
do
we can
too.
look it up.
Oh no, I spelled it
The
wrong.
computer will load. Oh, here we go. I am only going to read the FPHL stats.
geez.
So he's got a few others. Danbury Titans 2015-16 in the FHL pre-lawsuit, 3 games. 34 games with the Brewster Bulldogs of the FHL same year. 2016-2017 Watertown Wolves FHL 9 games. Port Huron Prowlers 1 game. Mississippi River Kings, that's SPHL 35 games. So good for him. He went up that year. 2017 to 2018 he played with Port Huron in the FHL again pre-lawsuit 8 games. Watertown Wolves 13 games and a loan to the Peoria Rivermen for 2 games. 21-22 Danbury Hat Tricks of the FPHL post lawsuit 30 games. 22-23 20 he in the year 22 to 23 he was Danbury Hat Tricks again with the FPHL for 26 games. 2023-2024 he came to the Binghamton Black Bears for the FPHL, did 7 games, went somewhere else. Then for 24-25 he was with Hockey Club Venom for 27 games. Then he was with the Monroe Moccasins for 13 games. 25-26 he was with the PD Ice Cats for 14 games. The Blue Ridge Bobcats for 19 games.
So safe to say, suitcase.
Keep them packed.
I'm not sure why he's jumping around so much, but we do have a comment that says Columbus might have found the perfect time of year to sign Giuseppe. Just enough time to make an impact in playoffs, but not nearly enough to fully poison the locker room. I don't know anything about poison locker rooms, so it will be interesting because one thing I can say about Columbus, they don't tolerate the bad apples in the locker room. You could be the best player in the planet, but if you are toxic in the locker room, you're gone. And I only know that just from talking to players and kind of the behind the scenes stuff. Toxic locker room is not a thing in Columbus.
Dustin Jesso's stats speak for themselves.
58,
Dustin Jesso's placements also speak for themselves. Take that how it be.
58 points this year
Can-
for what he's played.
Say that again, 58 points.
58 points for this year.
How many games played total?
Trying to do the quick math. 43.
He's damn
mean-
near a point per game player.
Yeah,
He's phenomenal. He's a
that's an
menace on the
asset.
ice. Absolute menace on the ice. He's an absolute asset, but
Not exactly the way it transpired, but it's almost like a Jordan Popoff or Dustin Jusso kind of trade with Blue Ridge just sprinkled in the middle. So I mean, I'm excited to at least see what he does, to what he brings to the ice and stuff, and I'm really interested to kind of see what line they put him on. Because
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the one line that I'm absolutely ecstatic about is when Bradley Fortin and Ryan Hunter are on the ice. Like those two, their connection has been phenomenal. A lot of their points since they've been on the team together, they feed off of each other. One's the assist, one's the goal. The other one's the goal. The other one's the assist. Like, so I'd be interested.
It's a good chemistry.
So, and I mean, everybody's saying he's a cancer of some sort. I mean, I haven't heard or seen too much, so
I haven't either, to be honest. Now, I'm not saying that it's not a thing or it is a thing. I personally can't give an opinion because I don't know one way or another. But I think we'll find out pretty quick because if he doesn't last in Columbus long, that would kind of maybe indicate something, unless like he leaves on his own accord or something like that. But like I said, they don't tolerate locker room cancers. I've seen some amazing players that fans are like, I can't believe you would trade that person. I'm like, well, the behind the scenes thing, I get it, but you know, that's just business. So let's see what else the chat says. John said, I'd love to see a teddy bear highlight reel of a giant bear taking someone to the glass. I haven't seen that, but
That
I
would
did
be
see
great.
one. It was even younger than a junior team, but they did a teddy bear toss and somebody threw a giant bear and it took the whole kid down. But I mean, he was, you know, a little guy, probably like 8 or 9. That I've probably watched that an unhealthy amount of times because it's very funny.
So I did find the distances, by the way, that we were talking about.
yes.
So in order for Binghamton, Topeka to do their playoff games, it's a driving distance of about 1,200 miles and change.
One way.
So, great. Great point, Sam. I didn't specify that, and it is not telling. I think that's one way. I'm pretty sure that's one way.
That's
It's a lot. And you know, there's some people I know for Binghamton, there are some people flying, but not everyone was able to fly. And I mean, with the different regulations on flying now and with having to have certain IDs, and we have a lot of there's just there I can see where that could be a problem. So either way, flying or driving, 1,200 miles, what I believe is one way, is
That would
crazy.
be one way.
And this is 23 hours and 2 minutes estimated with no stops.
And you know, there's a lot of risk involved with either travel style because
Mhm.
even with flying, it's like, oh, that's convenient, but it's exhausting sitting in an airport all day if you get through, if your plane leaves on time, if your luggage shows up, if they don't break your sticks. You know what I mean? There's a lot of you know, you can't really carry a hockey stick onto a flight. So I do think most of the guys, I know when my boys would fly, they would try to keep their skates, but they never could because it's a weapon. You know what I mean?
I mean,
It's
fine,
tough.
that's a
It's
knife.
really tough. Yeah, literally. And yeah, I don't know. Bus legs is a real thing for sure. Seen it get the better of the best teams. It really depends. Especially, do they have a sleeper bus? Do they not? There's just so many different
I
factors.
don't believe that we have a sleeper bus. I don't believe Binghamton has a sleeper bus, so that could be a thing too. The distance between Port Huron and Withville, Virginia is about 563 miles driving. So it's a trip,
That's
but it's
Yeah,
not,
that's a lot closer than I thought, though, mileage
yeah,
wise. I
it's
just
not
assumed it would be.
awful.
I mean,
But either way, we get some great playoff hockey tonight.
Yes, I love some playoff hockey.
oh
I'm
my God.
nervous.
Let's just briefly talk that Topeka has more goals at away games than home games.
That is a crazy stat.
That being said, bingo's even across the board. Same amount both ways.
I thought that was really funny.
I did too.
I really got
like, what are the odds?
It's crazy.
That kind of brings up a point that, gosh, who was it? I'm trying to remember who it was. Him and I, we briefly talked online, but it's like the fact that the team scores less at home than on the road. Does that mean bingo's got the advantage going there? And then to immediately flip that, does that mean Topeka's got the advantage going to bingo?
See, I think the fact that the teams haven't seen, met, played each other at all throughout the regular season kind of takes any advantage away. Like, sure, there's a goal differential for Topeka where, they're scoring more. You said it's more at home or more away than they do at home, right?
Mhm.
Or did I get that backwards? Sorry. So, yes, there's that differential, but not only is playoffs a separate season, right? We all talk about this. Playoffs is not regular season. The things that you see during regular season are not what you're going to see during playoffs. People know how to put that pedal to the metal when the grind comes down to it. So it's a different season, but we have not met each other at all. Sure, we know Cam
And
Clark.
Topeka
But-
is a lot more used to those long distance travels because all their opponents are very far. There's no close team to them. So I'm not saying it
Yeah.
gives them a bigger advantage, but there's definitely a little bit that they're probably a lot more used to those kind of long distance trips. And they get to play at
Absolutely.
home on home ice for the first game.
It's going to be an interesting one.
So predictions for the Empire, who is going to take the win in this series?
In the series, I think we've got it. I'm not trying to be cocky.
Bingo.
I've told you guys I am the most nervous about this playoff berth than the past two playoff berths. I don't know if that's because there's more riding on it with this could be the three-peat, or if that's just because, we've all three had private conversations, but I'll say this to anybody, right? That I think if it comes down to Athens or Monroe in the final, that, Athens has proved that they can beat us. PD, same thing, has proved that we can beat us. I have all the faith in the world in the Black Bears. I think we can do it, but I'm the most nervous about this playoff berth. Sorry, going off on a tangent. I think for this specific series that bingo, I don't think that Topeka, I don't even know if I want to say that. That might make me a little too superstitious. I think we'll be okay this series. What happens the rest, I guess we'll see how we start in playoff hockey tonight.
I'm going to go with bingo and 3. I think Bingo may take the first game, but then I think because the bus legs to and from for Bingo, I think that's going to kind of bite them, and I think Topeka is going to sneak that win for game 2. But then I think at that point the legs are going to be kind of stretched and figured out, and I think Bingo's going to get the third.
I'm writing down our predictions to see who's correct and who's not.
I think Bingo in 3 as well.
I don't know if I think 2 or 3. I don't necessarily disagree with you guys, honestly.
It's just the travel involved is what's got
Yeah.
me thinking. You
And-
know,
I think
plus
it could go to
there's
3.
some good.
Yeah, Topeka.
I
playing
think we'll
away-
do it in 2. I'm just going to be a little bit different from you guys. I could go either way. I'm not trying to be cocky because it's my team, because it could go either way. Playoffs is a different season. Who knows what's going to happen? But I think we could do it in 2.
What about the other game? Port Huron and Bobcats.
I don't know how I feel about this one yet.
Another
I
fun.
know who I'd prefer to take it.
Who would you
Me
prefer?
too.
I'm so sorry. You guys are breaking up in my ear right now. If I'm over talking you, I apologize, but I'll give you a thumbs up when I can hear good again.
So another. Can I just actually kind of say it is crazy to me that your number 3 team has scored more points than your number 2 team through the entire season. The fact that Blue Ridge has scored more than Port Huron kind of blows my mind. But you're still number 3.
That is weird. That is off. But Port Huron's a really, really defensive team. I'm actually really excited to watch this game. I'm really excited because Port Huron's highly physical and highly mental, but Blue Ridge can be too. So I think that I mean it's playoffs. No one's going out there brawling, and well, it is the Fed, so who knows? But I don't think it's going to be like a bloodbath series or anything like that. But both teams are very physical. You know what? With Port Huron being second, scoring less than Blue Ridge in third, Port Huron's really good at keeping games low scoring. They're really good at getting in your head. Like they're a really like their game is like 40% physical, 40% mental. That sounds really mean. I don't mean that in a
And
nasty
20%
way.
lucky.
I was going to say 20% skill. I don't mean it like that at all. Those guys are professional athletes. They have a ton of skill. I don't mean that nasty, but like their game rides on their physicality and their mental play and their skill. So I don't know. I'm screwing numbers up there. But
I've seen a tremendous improvement in Port Huron this season in comparison to some of the previous seasons. I don't know what has changed. They do seem more physical, but me personally, I would rather see the Bobcats take it. However, I do think it is going to be Port Huron in, man, 2 or 3. I don't know. I hope it's in 3, but I would not be surprised if it was Port Huron in 2, to be honest.
I could see that. I think it's going to be a 3-game series. I definitely think it's going to be 3-game. I think that either one of them could come out and surprise us and dominate. I don't know who I would rather face. Say I get my way and we make it to the next round and we have to face these guys or whatever. I don't know if I'd rather face Port Huron or Blue Ridge because, like I said, Port Huron plays that physical, mental game. We've become pretty deep rivals. Our last game against each other was not great. Oh, it was great, but it wasn't great. I don't know if I'd rather see them or, our last game against Blue Ridge wasn't really that great 2 seasons ago either. I don't know who I'd rather see. We haven't seen Blue Ridge at all. So honestly, maybe in a way, I'm going to say that Port Huron's going to take it only because I would rather face Port Huron because we face them, we know them. I don't want if we as Binghamton were to go against Blue Ridge, not only would our first round have been Topeka that we haven't seen, but then we'd also be seeing Blue Ridge that we haven't seen. And I feel like that could really be a little dangerous.
I'm going to go 3 as well, but I'm going to go even further. I think that's going to be an overtime game.
Do you think third game specifically is going to be OT?
I think
Okay.
I think game 3 it's going to go overtime. And I mean, at that point, it's like heads or tails. That was a lot better than I thought. My bad.
I could see
So,
that. Who
really-
do you think's taking it, Sam? Port Huron or Blue Ridge?
I think I'm going to go the upset.
Okay.
I'm going Blue Ridge.
That's who I hope wins. I really do. That's who I'm going to be cheering for.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I ain't throwing shade towards Port Huron at all. I mean, they do what they do.
Me either. I wouldn't want to play them in round 1 or round 2, to be honest. I really wouldn't.
But
They're a shocker of a team. Port Huron will blow
I'm
your
telling
mind
you, they
real
have made
quick.
some. Yep, when they used to come down and play Columbus a lot, that first season or 2, I was a fan. They were not as good as they are now. Now, they're dangerous.
Yeah, they are.
Mhm.
It's so respectfully, yes, they are.
Yeah. So before we move on to the Continental Division, I saw Shahela. Hey, girl, hey. She always talks about, well, her and her husband always talk about my spicy water. I'm sorry, I'm just always thirsty. So I am forever in a day drinking Sprite or coffee or sometimes Gatorade. And then she asked how the pups are doing. I'm going to see if I can get them to come in really quick. Hold on. Booney, Archie, come here. Come here, buddy. I hear them. They're coming. Hi, come say hi. Say hi, buddy. I don't know if you guys can see him or not. Come here.
Archie man.
Say hi, Arch. And here comes my big boy.
Booners.
Come here, buddy. Come say hi to everybody. Everybody's asking about you.
Oh, I just love the booners and the Archie.
You're so sweet. They're doing good. They're going to be out watching hockey with me tonight. Huh, bud? Boone thinks the Dragons are going to win. He just wanted me to let you guys know. I don't know, but, had to throw it out there. So, anyway, thank you for asking about them. I always love to hang with the dogs, and we're super pet friendly over here. So, what do you guys think about Continental?
I got nothing.
So we've got PD at Athens. Y'all can crucify me later. You know what? No. There is part of me that thinks that PD might be able to pull a surprise out of their socks.
I wouldn't be surprised with either outcome of this game.
So
But Athens has fought way too hard for a first round exit. I don't see Athens doing a first round exit, but I think it'll be Athens in 3.
that's going to be the interesting one too, because they're playing in Athens game 1, then they travel to PD for game 2, then back to Athens for game 3 if needed. So that'd be a number 1. So I guess their Atkins Arena was going to be occupied for something else on Saturday, so that's why they did the swap. And everybody in Athens keeps talking about the Russians and the visa situation going on there. So it's like they don't have the full line that they've had all year. So I don't know, but dude, that pickup, that trade that Athens wanted to crucify everybody for Gus Ford, look at the numbers he's been doing. Look at what he's been doing, though. It doesn't fully help the Russians being missing or anything, but he's been a huge part of that team recently.
Sam, who's behind you?
That one? Yeah, that's Goose.
Officers.
Just chilling out. So, and I mean, definitely seeing how PD plays against Columbus. Man, I think that's going to be another game 3. Oh, I think Athens. I think Athens somehow is gonna come out on top.
Don't crucify us, guys. I'm just going to say it. Athens in 3. I think both teams are very dangerous. I personally think Athens is going to take the South completely. I really do. I think they're going to be in the final. So that's my pick is Athens in 3. And I know we have some PD fans in here, and you guys know, we love y'all. So there's no hate. There's no hate there. I promise. Like, this is just kind of our guesses.
I like that chirp.
Which one?
We were talking about Ford and Be Destructive, kind of talking about how many points he's putting up and 2 pounds more neck meat. Yeah, touche.
I don't know if anybody else saw it, but Gary is in here, and he did say 28 points for Ford since joining Athens.
He also said the Rangers suck, and I don't know if that's just like really how you feel, but tonight the Rangers are playing the Lightning, and as everyone knows, me and Aaron are diehard Lightning fans. I also have my Tampa gear on, and I absolutely love when the Lightning and the Rangers play because it's the battle of like 2 of the best Russian goalies to ever live, to ever put on skates. Bassey, future husband, and Shesterkin, who is also freaking amazing. Both goalies have goalie fights this season too. So I just wanted to throw that in there that I swear with them, it's almost like a PD and Athens game. It could go either freaking way.
Mhm.
So I'm pumped for puck drop. I think in 22 minutes-ish, the Lightning will be on. So, oh, yep, and Shahala, and I seen Miss Allison dropping the Lightning emojis in the chat.
Oh, bolts. Don't go
I'm
jerking my
unfortunately a Rangers
Shesterkin.
fan. Well, hey, no hate, honestly. I have got some Rangers on my fantasy. Savannah Jazz brought me in some really good points. I noticed a lot of the Rangers went over to Anaheim over like the last 2 seasons, and they've been powerhouses for them. So I don't have anything against the Rangers. I actually really enjoy when they play against the Lightning. So
I just love Shesterkin.
I do like
Igor.
Shesterkin, I'm not gonna lie.
Who are we thinking for the Columbus?
He's no Andre though.
No, nobody compares to our man. Your man, my part-time man, but your man.
But yes, this Columbus Monroe.
I say Columbus in 3.
Against Monroe?
Mm-hmm. Mostly because I want to force Sam and Eric and Allie and Shahala and everybody else to come to Binghamton for the finals when everything goes my way. And all of the babies need to come to Binghamton to come see me for the finals. But, I just can't stand to see another. I don't want to see a first round exit. For 1. For 2, I don't want to see the Moccasins because we haven't seen them either yet this year. It's my theme of the night. I don't want to play them because I haven't seen them yet. But I think Columbus could surprise us. Playoffs is a new season.
Depending on how game 1 goes, and then game 2 about halfway through, will set the tone. Because it's like, one thing I definitely have noticed watching Monroe play is once they start falling behind quite significantly, they start playing a lot more physical. And it's not so much, hey, go get the puck. It seems like it's no, go hit, to kind of put them off their game. Every hit you can, just hit them. And that's kind of the way I feel like they play. So I think that's going to set up for a dangerous situation. Oh God, that's another one. It can go both ways. Everybody in the Continental proved that they can beat each other.
Mm-hmm.
They can beat each other there. They can beat each other home. But I'm gonna be selfish here, and I'm gonna say Columbus in 3.
So I do not. Oh man, I don't want any hate. No haters, okay? This is just my freaking predictions. Monroe is fierce, and not everybody knows that it's not really drama, but there is a connection between the Dragons and the Monroe team, some family stuff. And I know J. Krupp has a lot to prove. And he's built a pretty fierce team. They have Yanni, who, everybody knows also produces. They are not the team I want to go up against, but I'll be honest, I didn't want to go up against PD or Athens either. And I want it to be Columbus, but I really truly think it's going to be Monroe in 3. And I hate to say that, but I'm just being freaking honest. And I'm telling you, I think Athens is taking the South. So I do think Athens and Monroe, though, if that is the final, would be crazy.
Ballistic.
Yeah, but it's a different game though, because in playoffs there isn't anyone taking the dumb penalties. People are playing with a much more cool head. I think a lot of people, especially the new fans, might be very surprised by a team that they think plays dirty, but then sees in playoffs that they are actually a very skilled team. I just think, don't be surprised if you guys are like, oh, damn, that guy's actually a much better player than I thought. Or, that guy's playing with a, less temper or whatever. Playoffs are just different. People want to win. They want to get to the end. And if they have to deal with the refs making a crappy call, they're not going to take it out on somebody on the ice later like maybe they would like mid-season where the game doesn't quite mean as much as it does right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And remember, Monroe fans and Fed fans as a whole, if you thought the refs weren't making enough calls before, buckle up, because they're going to make a lot less. They're not going to make as many calls. They're not going to call the stupid minor penalties. They're not going to call the little crap that could end up becoming a decider for the game. Things are going to be let go more so than before. These are going to be playoffs are played quote unquote with a different set of rules. Buckle up, get ready for it. Stop complaining about the refs for a minute, because at this point we've made it this far. Yeah, they suck a lot of the time, but guess what? It's what we've got. We're in the end. We've been playing with these refs all season. If we can't learn the refs by now, then I don't know what to tell you.
And I promise you, there is going to be a controversial call. It's going to be at the end of a game. It's going to be at the end of a game 3. They're not going to review the goal, or they'll review it where it's very clear to one side and not clear to the other. I promise you, at the end of it, it's not just going to be about, oh, the team lost and they're going home. It's going to be whatever happens, they're still going to be talking shit about it next season on the trash talk page and throughout the league. There are still calls. I'm talking, what was it, Watertown and Columbus. I think we went to the 5th period. I can't remember. There was something crazy though about that end goal, and I think there was one too that involved Watertown. I don't know if it was the same season, but there was something iffy with the goal thing there too. At the end, I don't know. Y'all will have to correct me if I'm wrong,
I think it
but
was like Watertown.
Don't forget. Sorry, Sam.
No, I think it was the Thunderbirds and the hat tricks a couple
That's
years
the
ago.
one.
that's it. That's the one.
What would have been a game-winning goal was taken back because a timekeeper didn't keep time correctly. No hate to
That's what.
Danbury.
Yep, that's right.
No
Guys,
hate to
I'm gonna
Danbury,
turn my
no hate
light
to
on really
anybody.
quick.
It's in the past now, but guys, everyone that's new, there was a game-winning goal in overtime, I believe. Would have been the series, would have been the championship goal.
Yes.
Got taken back because a timekeeper did not keep time correctly. There were rules added to the rule book about
Because of
timekeepers
it.
and what
Yep.
apparel they can wear and who they can be fans of and whatnot because of that game. Their shit is gonna go down. Buckle up, get ready. Somebody might want to call Reed Timmer because we're about to go for some tornadoes.
That guy's crazy. I love watching his
I
lives.
do. I love
Oh my
him, so.
gosh. All right, let's check out controversial goal. Cage knocked loose. Yep, that's definitely going to happen.
Monroe. They're little swamp pigs. I hate their swamp pigs.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I swear somebody told me something about theirs are shorter or something than pretty much everybody else in the league. And I don't know if there is like a stipulation or a regulation, I guess, on how long
There
that
is.
they need to be. Is there? So I don't know
There
if
is.
I don't know if theirs are in regs or not, or but I remember that's been a thing. And then I remember a couple of weeks ago, some people were saying, and I actually didn't know this, and I'll have to look up if it's a real thing or not, but I think it's the Bobcats goal is blue and regulation says it's supposed to be red. And so that was a whole thing. So we're going to see some technicalities out there. I learned something new almost every hockey game. I swear to God, whether it's NHL, FPHL, I never stop learning. And I am always reaching out to not other fans. I ask the players that I know, like my billets or whatever. And sometimes they have to really break things down because I'm like, I don't understand this.
I mean, that's almost like somebody making the comment about the red center line in Columbus.
Yes. On top of the logo versus underneath. That's a thing.
It's wild. Technicalities and oh my gosh. And any way for somebody to bitch and complain.
I have a question for you, Sam. Any chance we might get some playoff bingo?
We can.
I want to play bingo. I love playing bingo while I watch
Heck
hockey. It's so
yeah.
much fun. So I would like to put my name down for a bingo card.
Sounds like a personal problem with the short stubs. Yes, destructive. Yes. Very, very personal problems experienced by many Fed players. I mean teams. But yes.
Gary mentioned too in 2022, supposedly Watertown was offsides in OT. I do think that was one of the things I was talking about with Watertown. So good memory. Thank you for saying that.
Because then I think it was the year after that was the Danbury, Carolina.
Yeah, because wasn't that, I think the game that Gary's talking about, that was the year that Ryan won with Watertown, I believe.
Yeah, and I
Because
remember
it went into double overtime.
Yeah, I remember this like clear as day. They came down, Watertown plays us game 1 in Columbus. We win, right? And we put up this awesome sign. It was freaking epic. It took me hours. I bought a poster board for each letter of thank you dragons, right? So I got the whole like row in the 110 all the way across, says "Thank you, Dragons," and then on the back I had it say "Wolves, you suck." That way, when they, because the YouTube feed, the camera's behind where we were sitting, that way they saw it at home. And it was just a fun thing, you know, but some of the fans were not happy about it and calling us trash and this and that. And I was like,
Oh my God.
whatever, I put a lot of work into that, you know, like it took me so many Sharpies to color in all those stupid letters. And I remember, because I had the black eye from when I got hit with the softball, and Ryan was in the penalty box and he looked up and he like waved, you know, and I'm like, "Hey buddy." So he goes back, they win. And yeah, I remember that year super clearly. And it was the fifth period or double overtime. And I was stress cleaning the hell out of my house because I couldn't watch. I was like holding my breath and pacing, and then like the 20-minute intermissions, because that's what they do in overtime and in the playoffs. You get the 20-minute intermission. I don't know if that's still the case, but I'm thinking it is.
Yeah, I believe
But yeah,
playoffs,
that
they
was
do shootouts. It's essentially a brand new period.
yeah. But there's 20 minutes intermissions between each period, even if it's the fourth, the fifth.
Mhm.
And man, I'm talking probably some of the best FPHL hockey I've ever seen was during that series, especially that game. And I mean, you could tell it was devastating for the guys when they lost, and the ones that won. You could tell everybody left it all out on the ice, so you couldn't blame anybody. It just is what it is. Every player was good. The coaches were good. The attendees were good.
Wasn't that too, so, like, not only were we in double OT, weren't we, I wanna say less than 5 minutes, maybe even down to, like, 3 minutes left in the period? Like, everyone was amping up that, "Oh my god, we have another 20-minute intermission coming, and a 20-minute period." So,
Mhm.
quick shout out, fans. Anybody new to the Fed, there will be no shootouts in the playoffs. There is no shootouts. There is it 4-on-4? Because I don't think it's 3-on-3.
I have to reread the rule book.
I
I'm
do
not
It
too, because
depends
sure.
I
on
feel
every
like
season, so it's like
Gary might know. Could you drop if you know that, Gary?
But it's 20-minute
I thought it,
gameplay.
yeah, 5-on-5.
It might
Because
be.
I thought it
Oh,
was like a
thank you,
whole
Gary.
just regular game.
Yeah, it's a 5-on-5 20-minute period with a 20-minute intermission. Sudden death. I hate overtime. Overtime stresses me out.
So we have another comment in the chat that it's not 5v5. So I really swear I remembered it being 5v5 though.
I think you're
In
right. Hold
playoffs.
for
on.
overtime. If I
Yeah,
remember
we'll
right,
check the rule book.
it was 3-on-3 during the regular season with the shootout afterwards. But then I want to say overtime and playoffs, no shootouts. It's a full 20 minutes, and 4-on-4, 5-on-5 sound correct.
Oh, okay. So I guess I read the comment wrong. That was not what was meant. But yeah, the Fed follows the NHL rule book, and I'm pretty sure they do the USA hockey guidelines too.
Unless I'm crazy, I can't find the rule book on this Fed page at the moment. I also usually go on the Fed page on my phone, and going on my computer is different for me. I
I think
can't
our
find it at the
producer has
moment.
it pinned somewhere.
Probably.
I downloaded. If you happen to find it, if you can, and you can throw it up. If not, no biggie. We'll try to figure that out and make sure that we put that out. What's in there? What is that?
It's actually something I've talked to you about.
Oh, okay.
It's a piece of petrified wood that I have actually found down here. Oops.
Down like Chattahoochee area?
It was actually on Fort
Or-
Benning.
So like Uchi Creek?
No, it was on the Georgia side. It was out in one of the training areas.
Oh, okay.
Um, But no, that goes back to our side project.
Yes, that's actually, fill everybody in, guys, what we will be up to during the off season. Sam, tell everybody. We're excited about it.
We are going to continue doing a podcast, except it's not going to be hockey. It's actually going to be going over conspiracy theories. And it is called suspense. Where's the button? Whispers in the Static. I'm
We are
excited.
so excited.
Beyond excited.
So
Anyone that has me on Facebook knows I'm a big old Bigfoot fan. So we're going to talk about some funky stuff.
and I definitely
Cryptid, spooky, macabre, all kinds of really cool subjects. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun to pass the time over summer anyway till we can get back to puck drop.
does anybody have a
Absolutely.
favorite conspiracy theory?
Yeah, drop in the comments your favorite conspiracy. Shahela asks, is it still going to be a Wednesday podcast? I don't know if we picked a day. What do
What's
you
going
guys think?
to influence you the most, kid?
Yeah, what day works best for you guys? Because we want you guys to come kick it with us. I don't know. Wednesday works good for me.
Wednesdays have kind of become a routine for me as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I look forward to like Wednesday's podcast day. So I know all three of us absolutely love Bigfoots. I would not be surprised if our first episode ends up having Bigfoot in it, or the whole episode about it. But I even have my Bigfoot. I don't know if you can see him right here. Right, yeah, he's actually dressed in Tampa Bay Lightning gear. So
I love that so
it's
much.
one of the coolest gifts I've ever gotten. So I know most of you know I just moved into my new house. What you don't know is that the movers absolutely destroyed everything we own. So we are in the process of trying to salvage whatever we can. And that's why my studio is not set up. I think I found a box that said ring light in the garage, but when I open it, it's like full of like towels. So it's not in there. And hopefully in a couple of weeks, we'll have the studio set up. But what categories or subjects are you guys like most excited to talk about?
You know me, I'm into the cryptid stuff. You guys are gonna have to educate me a lot about some conspiracy stuff. Like, I don't know, there's weird stuff that I believe in, but like, I don't know. My favorite conspiracy is a conspiracy that I've created myself. And I think that organized crime, as in the mob and the mafia back in the day, have done quite a bit more good. Okay, that sounds awful. They've done a little bit more good than they're given credit for. Not that, we're not talking about offing people. That's awful. But I think the correlation between organized religion and organized crime is kind of one of my big things I can rant on and off about for hours.
Do you mean in the way where a religion is used to
I think in
cover
the
up
ways
crime?
Justify
I think
it.
in the ways
Justified,
that,
yes.
yeah, a lot of justifications and stuff like that, but also I don't know. I got to figure out how to word that better before I come off awful.
So in the chat, we've got MK Ultra, the cold spots, which I think we're talking like ghosts and spirits. If I'm wrong, correct me in the chat. Allie says, make sure, Wednesday's routine. UFOs, one of my most favorite topics to talk about. What time do we start tonight? Hey, Mama. 6, actually. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. We're just doing early tonight because Puck Drop is about to start actually like right now. So I don't know. Do you guys want to wrap? So everybody, we are going to try to stream the games at some point. We're not able to do it right now because my computer's not where it should be. So if we can't do it this season, then maybe next season. But please definitely check out Whispers in the Static. We're gonna I don't know, if you're not following us on Facebook, please do that. And if you want to even follow us individually, like I'm sure we're still going to be posting stuff. So what do you guys think? Do you want to call it?
I've got a dog in this fight tonight, so I am okay with calling it, but I'm also okay with talking shit for a little bit longer. So it's up to you guys.
I know.
Real quick,
Go ahead.
MK Ultra. Think of Stranger Things. The whole kind of like mind control, psychic. That there was this entire thing with the CIA and stuff, the government, to gain these psychic abilities, the mediums, and they would give them like grids, and they would mentally go to these grids and tell what they see and all types of stuff. It's actually a pretty good one.
Stranger Things is actually based off of real conspiracy called the Montauk Project or something. It's like off this island up in somewhere in the Northeast. I want to say it's like New York or I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
I
But
think you're right, actually.
yeah,
I don't think
they
it's
did.
super far from me.
Yeah. But that is kind of where they got the idea. They definitely attribute some of the ideas of Stranger Things to that, which is pretty cool, but also pretty creepy at the same time. And I think they have found like really weird, mutated type animals that have kind of washed ashore and nobody knows what they are. And most of them have already passed away, but they think it had something to do with some of the testing during that project at some point. So I think the theory was that they were supposed to kind of terminate everything that they were experimenting with, and maybe a couple got out or something like that. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting and creepy at the same time.
Kind of like that.
Well, we'll definitely have to dive in for sure.
Definitely,
Yeah.
there's a lot of them, and I honestly don't think there's enough time to go through some of them because of how in depth. You need 2, 3, 4 episodes for some of those.
Yeah, if we're talking like major deep dive, I think it'd be cool to cover 3 or 4 subjects too on an episode. Just, 10, 15 minutes on this one, 10, 15 minutes on that one. So we might have a mix of like the deep dives and
Gary actually has a really good point with his Carbondale, PA point. There's an alien crash that is believed to have happened, a UFO crash that was believed to have happened in Carbondale, PA. And there is actually a Carbondale alien festival every year that you two just might have to come hang out.
Is that the one you went to last year?
Yep, and the year before.
I might have to come up
You're
there for
not
that. That actually,
far.
I know
Just
I'm
come
not that
hang
far
out,
anymore. I should
and then
totally
we
come
can
up
hit a
there.
Binghamton game.
That would be fun. Actually, I would love, yeah, that would be hockey and aliens. Okay, like sold.
Hell yeah.
Say less, I'm on my way.
But yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. I'm
And
excited.
you know what? I take a lot of heat for this, but I don't care. I'm just gonna say it. That moon landing, bullshit. I'm sorry, but I'm one of those that was like, maybe now, maybe, but that's like one of the conspiracies that have just as much evidence to disprove it as it or debunk it as it does to prove it. So I don't know where I stand on that. Is that a puck?
That's
the So the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins rebranded one night last
That's
season
freaking cool.
to the Carbondale UFOs, and my bestest friend in the whole wide world, who is also a cryptid hoe with me, went and
Cryptid hoe.
She went to the game and she got me a puck because she loves me.
That's a cool puck.
That is cool.
It's my favorite.
I'll give you $1 for it.
Nope. Nope.
I haven't gone to the other job yet. No,
What other drop?
the Magic Mike. I gotta
Oh,
make some money somehow.
Oh man.
The struggle's real nowadays. I'm up there, take off the shirt. Everybody's like, "Whoa, you gonna strip or something?" Like straight up Bigfoot sweater still on. Oh man, Bigfoot. That's a good topic. I like the dude.
Bigfoot
Yeah.
might be my favorite topic.
me too. And you guys know I have like my little Bigfoot tattoo hidden in my Northern Lights tattoo, and then my other, I don't know if you can see it or not, but my aliens and my little Bigfoot guy right here.
Mhm. Plural. First of all, my kid can't say that word. She struggles.
Which word? I'm sorry, it broke up.
Plural,
Plural.
right? Multiple. So if you see multiple Bigfoots in a certain location all at the same time, is it called Bigfoot? Bigfoots, big feet, big feets. Like what's the plural without using Sasquatch or Sasquatch is? What's the plural of Bigfoot?
I say Bigfoots.
I'll have to find the sentences, but I had like 6 sentences, and it's like grammatically, what sounds correct? And it's like none of them.
I don't know. You know how like a group of crows is like a murder? What if there's like a term we haven't come up with yet for a group of Bigfoots? I think Bigfoots is probably what I would say.
I
I've
should call them a cuddle.
heard a herd of
A
Bigfoot.
herd of Bigfoots.
Definitely an interesting one.
Yeah, especially because you also don't really ever hear about multiples. Usually, if there's a Bigfoot sighting, it's like one. So maybe they're like lone solo type, lone wolf traveler deals, you know?
I'm the lone wolf. That's why you don't see them all over the place. They don't have families. They're all lone wolves, which then comes around. How are they still here? Because they got to be able to mate and produce children.
I just saw one in the chat and I am on board with this one. Be Destructive talked about the blue roofs on important buildings, the satellite lasers, aka the Hawaii fires. Same page because absolutely.
Pasadena
Makes
too.
me want to. Yes, I'm telling you, I love my green.
We'll have to
roof,
deep dive.
But yeah, I kind of was when that was happening. And behind the whole thing, there was some big corporation that wanted to buy that land in Hawaii. And the I think it was pretty tribal still. And a lot of the community was like, absolutely not, no, no, no. And they tried and they tried. They even tried to force them. And they didn't want the money. And yeah, next thing you know, the whole thing is torched. So yeah.
Not to get off track, but one of my favorite conspiracies has actually been kind of proven true. Do you guys remember back in, God, it might have been COVID times. I can't remember. There was a big scandal about Wayfair and about where they were. So,
Human.
like, you could, yeah, like human traffic patterns. They were,
$10
they,
cabinet.
We'll have to
you,
figure
you
that
could
algorithm
buy,
thing out.
right? They were selling like cabinets. Obviously, they're fucking Wayfair. They would sell a cabinet and it'd be like $150. But then you could buy that same exact cabinet for like $10,000.
And it had a name,
But you also, yeah, it had a name, like a human
like a human name, like the
But
Sophia
then
or something like that.
you also, even if, Anna had $10,000 that she wanted to spend, Anna couldn't just go buy the Sophia. You had to have a key. There was a password that you had to enter on the website. And everyone was saying, if you buy the Sophia, you get a Sophia. There's a problem here. And I remember being like, oh my God, no, like that's so crazy. We all are insane. Why would you even make that up in your own mind? Who's in the Epstein files? Wayfair.
Hmm. Too many connections.
You know, another one that trips me out, Pizzagate, because that's kind of same page as
Mhm.
the Wayfair one. And then also the mattress stores. Have you heard that theory? Because
Yes.
it kind of blew me away. So for anyone watching that hasn't heard it, all the mattress stores, I'm sure you've seen them, like the Mattress Firms and all the, the mattress stores in your town. There's literally like nobody ever in them. Like the two people that work there, nobody's in them. How often have you like really gone mattress shopping in your life? And so a lot of people think that the mattress
One
stores
time.
are a front for like, yeah, for like not human, money laundering. And I'm like,
Oh, they're
holy
a
crap, if
front
you
for
think about it,
something.
absolutely. I'd have to learn like a little more and, got to go down TikTok's rabbit hole on like the Mattress Firm thing. But I remember whatever evidence I saw back in the day, I remember being like, oh my God, and then I started like paying attention when you drive by one and there's no one in the parking lot. So yeah, I'll have to
Literally.
like look it back up again to kind of re-educate myself on it. But
But cheers, DM us your ideas. DM us your conspiracy theories. No conspiracy is too big. No conspiracy is too small. We will talk shit about them all.
is that why it can't cut the tag off? Yes, exactly.
So maybe what I'm
Watching
going
you,
to do
Gary.
as I'm driving down the road and stuff, every mattress I see, maybe I'm just going to stop and like pull out a knife and just double check. Nothing in there. Maybe I might hit a rich one day.
You never know.
How many mattresses does it take?
You know what I was thinking about today, and this is just maybe my conspiracy mind. I actually didn't even tell John about this, but my parents are flying in tomorrow to visit and see the house. And after driving cross country and living in an Airbnb, our car was like a wreck. So we took it to the car wash and we were like kind of detailing it ourselves. And I don't know why this popped into my head, but I was like, you know how like somebody on like the ID channel ends up cleaning their car after committing a crime or something? I
Mhm.
was like, what if somebody's around us right now that's literally doing that and I'm not even like aware of it, And then I was like, ugh, what if someone thinks that about me? I don't know. It's just one of those really weird thoughts. But
I am never going to look at anyone the same at the car wash
I
ever
know
again.
I almost wish it didn't come into my head because I'm like, normal people don't think like that.
Well, Anna, we're not normal. That's
I
why we
know.
love each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then another one that I really like too. Malaysia Flight 370.
Yes.
That's a good one.
And to kind of tie that one in, Denver Airport.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I
every
don't think I
time.
know that one.
Wow, that might have to be our first episode. I almost don't want you to learn about it so you can be super shocked when me and
Okay.
Sam drop all the tea because that airport
Okay.
is crazy.
I
Mhm.
won't look anything up.
Well, too
Yeah.
bad.
You
Too
guys
But
bad.
can
even if you
teach me.
do it, yeah. But honestly,
No,
I would
I'll let
love
you
to
guys
teach
teach
you
me.
about that one because
Okay.
it's a really cool one. Oh yes, let's shout out
Mhm.
to Enzo. Happy birthday, buddy. One today.
Enzo
So happy
Beans.
birthday.
Enzo.
Happy birthday,
370
big boy.
landed in
I love
Denver.
you.
Yes, happy birthday, buddy. Happy 1 year on this earth. Got the best mama in the whole world and the best grandparents. So shout out to all of you.
Yes. Happy 1 year as a mama to Shahela and as a daddy to Emmanuel. Happy 1 year as
Hmm.
grandparents, Sam and Allie. I love your guys' family. Happy birthday, Enzo.
I know. You guys really do have such an awesome family.
I need
So
to
let's
cuddle those
wrap it
cheeks.
up. I know that the puck's going to drop if it hasn't already for the Lightning, so I don't want to miss that. And I know you want to get to the Bears game. So we'll probably have another episode next week. It might be like this, it might not. It might be us taking a week off to transition to a different podcast. We're not 100% sure. So just kind of bear with us, and we will try to update you guys as soon as we kind of figure out what we're doing. But I want to wish everybody the best of luck in playoffs. Again, there was no beef in our predictions. Nothing was meant like hatefully. It was just kind of, I think everybody has their own predictions. So yeah, we wish all of you, I wish everybody could win. So last man standing totally earns it. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.